Hello, my name is Tony and welcome to my general tips video on Dualshock 4 maintenance. Recently I bought a dog-chewed Dualshock 4 for a couple of quid from a car boot, and it still had the battery in there. It was a version 2 pad, I don't know what generation it was, but it'll be 4 onwards. And I had an old Dualshock for generation 3. The Darth Vader one here, that's a version 3, or gen 3, sorry. And the blue one I had has the old battery type in it with the large, where's my finger, there it is, the large connector pin. And that there is the one I pulled off of the version 2 battery. And what you can see, if I pick it up, with this battery, is it's suffered expansion and cracking, looking at it over time. Just get the light right. So that doesn't really hold a charge, and it's quite dangerous, and it makes it so the touchpad is like constantly engaged when it swells up, when it's at its worst. But what I did was let's see if we can, well, you can't see the fingers on that one, you might just be able to see the fingers on this one. Where's my little tool? Right, I can't do anything with this camera work, sorry. But what you got is you've got 2 plastic fingers there. If you pry them up, you can pull the metal connectors out. So that's what I did with the small one. And then, if we can get an angle on it, that's the new battery. That was the version 2 battery, but I've pushed it into the old large connector pull, and I've just put some black marker pen on the side that requires the black lead. All I did was I pushed it straight onto the pins without letting them touch. I was going to put a drop of hot glue in there, but I don't think I'll ever get them back out again if I need to change it. The other problem that occurs with old pads is you end up wearing these ribbon cables right out. The little metal pins, they fold away from the white backing when you're trying to put them in. It took me a little while to get that one back in, using a screwdriver to flatten the pins as they went in the hole. So I ain't taking that out ever again unless I want to change the ribbon cable completely. Now this one is my oldest pad. It's version 1 Gen 2, and it's got a 2000 milliamp battery in it. That's an aftermarket that I bought. I bought 2. The first one arrived dead on arrival, and this one, I think it's 800 milliamp or 1000 milliamp. It's nothing near as good as what it claims to be, but luckily it worked. These batteries, the official batteries, are sold as 1000 milliamps when you read them. When you look at the back of a official pad, which you can't see the writing on, you will read DC, hold on, let me just read over it, DC 5 volt, 800 milliamp. So it's confusing what the claims are. I don't know what that means. Now what else can I cover? It's, and that pad I just showed you, version 2, it's got a stick drift on the right stick. I was hoping to fix 2 problems with one old pad that I bought from the car boot. The right stick drifts to the right. You've got the potentiometers inside, they wear out, and the track internally of that one on the right has got grooves carved into the internal track of the connector there. got here? This camera is useless. These two white, can't remember if they call them sliders, what do they call them? I can't remember. They wear out. This one over here, the inner two prongs are just left and right of the main shaft. The tips are completely worn off, so they acted like shovels, dragging out the track of an old pad that I'd repaired earlier. But they're not all the same. You can't put these on every central pin you come across in your potentiometers, because they're all different. These ones here, they're not the same shape on the internal pin. They're wider, more square, so I can't use them. I'd have to unsolder the things. That one to the right is a Xbox One Elite version 2 potentiometer I bought just to see what it's all about. They've got a threaded top and a piston pin for the stick tension adjustment, but they've had a lot of problems with that. It's creating more movement points internally, mechanically, so you end up with a lot of slop on the dead spot. But I hope you find this information useful. If there's anything I've not covered in the video, if you've got any questions, I will try to add links in the description for what I've found. But the batteries alone, if you try to buy them in working order, you're looking at, I don't know, £8.59 I think it was, I saw it, just for a decent battery. And if you buy an old generation version, a version 1, Gen 1 through 3 pad, chances are its battery is going to be dead. So you need to go for something that is still in production, because they don't make Dualshock 4s anymore, brand new. It's all old stock. And just to add a bit of information, when these are in the pad, you've got the button is to the left or the right. I think it's, oh sorry, no, buttons to the right. Buttons to the right, the centre button. And in the Dualshock 5, or DualSense 5 should I say, they've rotated the pod 90 degrees so that the button is now at the front. So when you run click, when you push the button and push forward, it's more likely to press. They're trying to solve problems that existed in the Dualshock 4 design, but they're still using the same quality pods, potentiometers. But as you can see, they're not all the same. They have changed in iterations from the version 1 Gen 1 pad that I don't own any of because they're all defunct, or I got rid of them. But thanks for watching. I hope you find this information helpful. Any questions, I will try to answer them.